Namaskar. Hello, friends. Today we will start talking about mind. What is mind? It is said that everything is in the mind. This is a little story, probably imaginary, but it conveys how our mind controls us. There was a rich man who used to wear dentures. Every night he used to remove his dentures and put them in a shallow bowl of water for cleaning. One morning he got up and looked for his dentures, but he found that the dentures were not there. He started wondering what would have happened, and he suddenly had a doubt that he might have drunk water from that bowl in the night and might have swallowed the dentures. This doubt gave him such a scare that he suddenly developed a stomachache. His family called the doctor. The doctor came and examined the man but could not figure out what could be wrong because there was probably nothing wrong. By then, a servant came in with the dentures. He revealed that he found the dentures under the cot while cleaning. Possibly a rat or a cat had taken the dentures and left them under the cot. Now, relieved by this development, the man's stomachache suddenly vanished. So, this is how everything is the play of our mind. The bondage that we feel with the perceptible world, including our body that we identify ourselves with, is similarly the play of our mind. Likewise, the liberation from this illusory bondage is also to be achieved by our mind only. When we are born, we have no mind. A newborn infant is only pre programmed to a minimum extent to indicate that it is hungry or uncomfortable. Gradually, as it is exposed to the world around, it starts forming a mind. The mind is nothing but a process that keeps assessing everything from the perspective of our five senses and constantly keeps us engaged in the pursuit of what our senses are comfortable with and avoiding what they are not comfortable with. An infant does not have any ego either at the beginning. Its ego also gets formed gradually as it starts perceiving the world around by means of its bodily senses. The mind is engaged in caring for our ego too, along with caring for our five senses. Can we imagine what would have happened if we had no mind? We would have been simply going through life in a passive manner without judging anything as desirable, undesirable. Who or what would have then guided our actions? Agreed, it is a hypothetical question and difficult to answer because it challenges the whole idea behind this creation. Probably, without mind, we would not be propelled into any action at all. If the creator still wanted this show to go on, he would put it on autopilot and then our consciousness would simply be an observer. So the next question is, if we have a mind, then it means that the creator wants us to act in accordance with our mind. He hasn't put this world in an autopilot mode. Then why is it said that the aim of spirituality is to transcend our mind? What is the transcending of mind supposed to achieve? It is probably an experience that is worthwhile to get as a human being, wherein one is simply observing the world around without any passion, likes, dislikes, or judgment. It is clear that if all were to transcend their mind at one point in time, the whole creation will come to a halt. So it follows that probably only a few people are destined or programmed to take to spirituality in the right earnest and work their way to transcending their mind at a given point in time. Maybe everyone is destined to transcend the mind, but at different points of time in the life of the creation. Mind is an electromagnet. A few days ago, I was visiting a dock. I saw giant cranes lifting iron scrap from the storage area and loading it into ships' containers. The crane was using huge electromagnet for lifting the iron scrap and dumping it into the ship's container. For lifting the scrap, the electric current was turned on, imparting magnetism to the electromagnet. This magnetism was responsible for attracting the iron scrap towards it. Then the crane moved to the container and the electric current in the magnet was switched off. This caused the electromagnet to lose the magnetic power and hence the scrap dropped into the container. While watching this, I couldn't help contemplating on the spiritual parallel. Our mind is like the electromagnet. When we are born in this world, the electric current in the form of fascination for physical objects is turned on. This causes an object to get attracted to the mind for a while. Then the electric current in the form of fascination for the object is switched off so that the object drops off. Immediately the current gets turned on again to attract another object. This process goes on continuously. A sincere spiritual seeker understands that the root cause of worldly suffering is our fascination for the physical objects in this world. He then surrenders to the Almighty with a prayer for switching off that electric current of fascination for the worldly objects. The Almighty, of His own sovereign choosing, may switch off the current at the time of His own sovereign choosing. Then Vairagya, that is detachment, gets established in the mind of the seeker, and the mind becomes powerless to attract and attach to anything, like an electromagnet without electric current. Thank you. We will stop here. I'll see you the next time. Until then, bye.